What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kieran and I like to help people using a spiritual perspective. Today I'm going to be doing the second episode of my guide series, okay? If you can call it an episode. It is just these, I like to take these topics that I would normally do maybe a longer video on and just put them into a more efficient type of time frame. I know people are busy doing things, running around with their jobs, masturbating, watching Netflix, whatever it is that people really are eating up, whatever their time's being eaten up doing. I know that we don't have a lot of time, okay? Especially these days, trying to make ends meet, okay? So what I plan to do here on this episode is I want to talk about false twin flames. I want to talk about what that label, that concept really means, and I want to talk about why it would occur to you, some of the signs that you may get during that, and as well as some things that you would need to know in order to move on. Okay, so this is going to be a quick, deep insight. I hope to keep this episode between 10 and 15 minutes, and I hope that this resonates. And of course, quick disclaimer, obviously, that all of these concepts and ideas that we do talk about, they come from a level of consciousness that I'm tapped into. You might not be tapped into it. You might not think that the label matters, and that's totally cool. Labels, at the end of the day, don't really matter. I don't know the difference between a sea lion and a seal, and certainly the only people that care are scientists. So it's just a way of categorizing things. Try not to be too negative in receiving the information that I'm telling you, because I don't care as much as you, okay? So moving on from that, I wanted to help you guys understand what is occurring in a false twin flame relationship, okay? So what it really means, a little quick guide to understanding false twin flames, is that they are, by definition, according to the label themselves, representing a mimic or mimicking a real twin flame, okay? They act and behave or energetically feel at times like a twin flame. Okay, now that means that there's a strong push-pull. That means that there might be some shared chakra systems, crown chakra, things like that. You might have some similar fears and issues and mirroring going on there, and you might have some chaser-runner dynamics, and the relationship might feel very intoxicating, like a twin flame relationship might. There could be that strong magnetic pull. Okay, now. The difference fundamentally, to keep it short, between a false twin flame and a true twin flame is that a false twin will never awaken. They will never go onto their spiritual path. They will never be on the same level of consciousness as you. That is just something that will just never occur, no matter how long you wait. There will never be any commitment or personal growth, right? Spirituality is different, defined by the eye of the person living their experience. But it is important to know that a false twin will never get on their own spiritual path, and as a result, their personal growth will never match or quite match really what you're experiencing in your life, regardless of the opinions that they might have. Obviously, you can't expect your partner to share every single one of your opinions. Even if they are a twin flame, they might see spirituality differently. For instance, I might consider myself spiritual, consider myself spiritually awakened, but I don't particularly know much about astrology, and there are some concepts beyond what I understand to be true that seem quite silly to me personally, such as the idea of Atlanteans and things of that nature that other people actually do are really care about and resonate with that information, and that's just not really me, you know. Can't really say it's false when I'm talking about twin flames, right? But a false twin flame, they're not going to be on any kind of path similar to yours. It's just two different paths, okay? The commitment, right? They're never really going to commit to you emotionally. That's never going to be there. Twin flame will always grow with you, and that's a good way of recognizing a true healthy partnership, regardless of the label that you attach to it, is that it will, of course, be something that grows with you over time, okay? So those are just some of the little ins and outs of what the differences are to save on time. I have tons of false twin videos and true twin videos, so check those out at any time if you want to get more in detail about it. But in the sake of time and efficiency, we're going to move on to what that relationship's purpose is for you if you have experienced a false twin, or maybe you are currently or just confused in general between two different people, okay? Or maybe you've already experienced it like I have and are kind of just all right, and just looking for clarity to make sure, right, because maybe they come up in your head sometimes still, okay? And that's a good lead in, actually, is because a false twin flame, what the relationship is trying to do is it's trying to prepare you. It's trying to give you like a crash course lesson in true love, relationship, healing, self-love, anything of that nature, right? I've seen many clients, many people go their whole life struggling to have any sort of relationship whatsoever, and then, like me, the first person that seems to fit this perfect ideal comes in, and they automatically attach this true twin label to it, and unfortunately it crashes around them quite quickly, okay? Because it's almost too good to be true, and that's actually kind of the point, right? They perfect this ideal, right? This is usually this ideal of perfection that comes in to really challenge your inner core wounds, your beliefs, and to really help you ascend into your mission, to really help you understand yourself, okay? So very quickly, for instance, met my false twin years ago, discovered music, soul name, pushed me into my spiritual journey more so, really started to understand myself. Fears came up, yes, that wasn't easy to deal with. Some of them were very, very crazy and very very irrational, and yet they taught me about some of my wounding from childhood, things like that. So it's always a process of growth and learning. That's really why they're there. So they're looking to transform you, catalyze you, rather than be your romantic partner. And that's something that hurts in the moment until you get aware enough, till you're wise enough to really understand that what you're leaving behind is certainly something that you would not want to partake in a regular daily basis, because it's actually quite draining, hurtful, painful, and it really is a lesson in letting go, okay? And that's a very strong spiritual lesson for anybody who considers themselves awakened. There is always at some point in your life a deep, profound lesson in learning to let go of situations and things, and some people more than others, okay? So they really do exist to transform you, catalyze you into a certain direction, and they oftentimes come when you're in a period of inner growth yourself, right? When you're actually making a choice, when you're on the journey already, they'll come in to really challenge your ideals and to really make you grow, and they'll oftentimes come when you least expect them, just like a regular twin would, okay? And so it's important to grow from that than to keep staying in the same stagnant energy, okay? So I guess now we can sort of talk about why then would that relationship be so hard, right? Why would that be so difficult? Okay, now the reason that twin flame relationships are difficult in general, separate from this issue, is because there is an attachment to a label. Okay, this is a whole separate video that I'll definitely do in the future, but spiritual labels can be very damning because they can force you into a toxic relationship and then force you to really justify that connection based upon what you believe it to be, okay? Now, a false twin flame, I believe, will truly break down labels for you, that you will transcend, so to speak, labels and what to call things, because labels put you inside of a box and they force you to make rationalizations about a type of relationship that you can never really control, okay? So there is this element, again, of letting go, of breaking everything, letting go of your fears, letting go of your insecurities, but also letting go of labels, and that's why it's so hard. Okay, the false twin flame relationship is very, very hard. Harder, I think, than a regular twin flame, but it does actually prepare you for your true twin, or it will prepare you, of course, for some real, deeper, authentic sense of love. Okay, certainly we can call false twins karmics. We can call them whatever we want. Toxic partners. It doesn't matter too much. But whatever it is that you're choosing to call them, they're there to catalyze you and to give you the element of true love that you really are looking for in a partner, and yet might not understand yet because you haven't really done the work yourself. Okay, so that's kind of just a little overview about what twin flames are. It's just a quick little message to get in there for you guys. I hope that resonates. It's a very, very simple process to understand once you have the objectivity of it. So I hope that this does help, and I hope that if anybody is struggling with this, that this video will reach you at a time when you need it, And of course, if there's any questions or anything that you have in regard to this type of connection that you may be feeling, definitely do leave a comment, anything like that, and I'll try my best to help you out. Okay? Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate the support, and I'll talk to you guys the next time I do a video. Alright guys, thanks so much. Bye-bye.